this is my first Starcraft 2 commentary. This is the Starcraft 2 Beta, which I believe now if you pre-order Starcraft you can get access to the beta. And what I'm going to do here is I'm showing you a 1 versus 1 that I played against a Protoss player here. This is not a very high level game, so if you're looking for high level gameplay, then this is not the video you want to be watching. But what this is I tried basically a Reaper rush here. So you can see I'm not building SCVs even though I can be, and instead I'm going to try to set up my barracks as quickly as possible, get a bit of gas for Reapers, and then try to rush my opponent, who I know is Protoss, and I apologize for the lag. So this is the same problem. Oops, it's completely lagging. So this game, this replay doesn't lag when I'm not recording, but something about the recording is causing it to lag, so I apologize for that. Hopefully we can get through it. I'll start my timer here. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. The Protoss player is now setting up his pylon. So pretty standard. He went for a very early scout, so he's scouting a little bit earlier than you would normally see a player scouting. And one of the nice things about these new replays, you can look, there are a lot of different things, so we can see the income. Right now the Protoss player is getting more money on average, so this is kind of your average income over time. He has more harvesters, 9 to my 8, and he's getting about 300 minerals to my 200 minerals. And the reason for that is because instead of pumping out SCVs right at the start, I saved up money and got a barracks and a refinery. So I know that there's, and you can see in this one, the buildings can fly. So I know that there's a disadvantage to trying to get an early barracks and an early Reaper rush. But given that I have an old computer and my old computer lags in the late game, I know that my best chance of winning, besides buying a new computer, is to rush my opponent and win early when the lag is still relatively low and I have a bit more control or a higher ability to micro my units. So you can see the Protoss player is coming in here. He's trying to sneak around the back of my base. So I'm going for an early rush. You could even say cheese strategy, and he's going for kind of a cheese strategy. He's setting up a pylon. So at this point, probably my best bet would have been to start sending my workers over and attacking, if not his pylon, then at least his probe, to drive his probe out of there. But I kind of make a mistake here of thinking, oh, my Reaper's going to be out soon. I know my Reaper does extra damage to buildings, so I figure my Reaper's going to be able to handle this no problem. And then all of a sudden he lays down 3 cannons, which is fine because it takes a while for the cannons to build, but I'm obviously not sending nearly enough to fight it. So there's my Reaper out. He's standing here and throwing out his D8s, which do extra damage. So finally I have enough sense to kill off his probe so that he can stop putting up cannons everywhere. And I want to quickly kill these cannons off before they start dealing damage to me. So that one got a hit off, and this one gets out. Watch, kills my Reaper. I did build a Marauder. That was actually a mistake on my hand, but anyway, I'm making do. Marauders have his good run range. I realize my Marauder's in trouble, so I pull him away so that this cannon will attack the SCVs for a second, so the Marauder can come back and finish off. And it does, but now I'm very low on resources, and I can't mine because this cannon's hanging out, driving me nuts. And basically, I only have room for building a few more units. But then I realized that if I come over here, I can take out the pylon and won't have to worry. Because had I continued what I was doing, which was trying to engage this cannon directly, I might have lost the game right here. Because as you can see, one Reaper cannot outrange a cannon, and in a battle, cannon with about 300 hit points to the Reaper's 50 hit points, the cannon's going to win. But now that his cannon has no power, and in this point, as you can see, I didn't even bother taking out the cannon. I want to quickly put some harass, because if you look at the income, he has almost twice as many harvesters, and he's getting in money twice as fast. So I quickly want to come and make sure I do some damage to his economy, otherwise I'm never going to recover. So now I have 2 Reapers out. I don't micro my Reapers very well. This is probably one of the first games I tried doing this Reaper harass, so obviously I need practice my micro. And again, as I said, I need to get a better computer so that I can can micro better than I am. Oh, this is a neat feature. It'll even show you your APM live. So 100, whatever that means. And I mean, I think this is supposed to be average or actions per minute, your current and your average, but I've heard some rumors because the timing is slightly different in the old game that it doesn't stand up. It doesn't mean exactly what you think it means when you look at these things. So I didn't hit spending, did I? Okay, I think I'm going to assume my replay is still recording here properly, even though I'm not having any lag problems at the moment. So as you can see, I can bring my Reaper in here and harass, dun da da, and then come back here and attack his Nexus from ranged. And so from here on in, I pretty much had control of the game, although I still have lost more units than he has. He's lost more in terms of money. Here's me trying to micro away again, cut too close to this cannon. But I'm just rebuilding my Reapers. So the game pretty much goes from here. So you can see. So what I'm doing is I'm running away and hitting hold, and I think that's the best thing here. If somebody knows better, if I should be using stop instead of hold position to do this run and attack, please let me know. And this is interesting. Again, as I said, one of the nice things Protoss have is this thing called Chrono Boost, which when they use it on a building that's building units, it speeds up the building time of units. But he's not using it at the moment. He's actually not even producing units at the moment. He's got a probe down here. He does start to rebuild his base here later in the game when I start to destroy this. But if you don't mind me, a bit of a spoiler alert, he never does quite recover from this position. I wonder, I'll try speeding it up and see if I can do that without lagging too much on us. Oh, so here's me thinking maybe a Marine will be useful, and the Marine gets too close to the photon cannon. And then I realize that I can outrange this forge, and then I don't have to worry about fighting cannons anymore. And again, he chases me around the map a bit. And I have enough sense to realize, oh hey, right, high ground advantage, let's hop up and then I can kill these things from above and they can't even zap me with their little fusion particle beams. And so now I've got an extra, oops, don't stand there. Anyway, so the game just kind of goes from here. Yeah, so you can see once I take that out, I come in here and harass him some more. I eventually have enough Reapers that I take out all his probes, and at some point I started even building tanks and getting siege mode and sending them up, and eventually my opponent realizes he can't quite recover. You can see here even in the income I'm now getting twice as many minerals, and I'm getting gas where he's not getting gas. So now not only do I have the mobile army advantage, I have the economic advantage. Oh, this is funny. 4 Reapers versus 1 photon cannon, and the answer is equal. But that's okay, I've got more Reapers coming, and I'm building another barracks, and as I said, I pull a factory out later, and I'm getting my expansion now, even though he's getting expansion down here. So I'm not going to play I'll end the replay here and just say that the Reaper harass worked very well for me here. Obviously, I'm a learner and I still have a long way to go, but it's one of those things where they're still balancing the beta, and one of the questions we can ask is whether this Reaper harass is too powerful, because even as you can say, even a not very strong player like myself can pull off a pretty successful Reaper harass on the Protoss, and there's not a lot he can do. Probably his best bet would be to set up some gas, get his cybernetics core, and get out the stalkers, but this player never does that, and he never does recover from here. So that's the end of this replay.